Hi guys, it's Michelle here from Walkingtwobytwo and welcome back to our series Feed the Hike. If you're new here, hi and welcome. We're at episode number 2 and this time we're going to talk about dehydrating vegetables. The last episode was all about the greens. If you missed it, I will put it in a link below. We're going to dehydrate some soft vegetables as well as some hard vegetables and show you different ways that you can go about it. Great bowl of veggies here that we're going to learn how to dehydrate, ready for you to take out onto the trail. Here is some of the veg that I've already dehydrated and that I have stored in my pantry. This is leek. I use this quite often, especially in my soups, and it dehydrates and rehydrates super well. Mushrooms, another one I use a lot of. We have some red onion. Here's my carrot. As you can see, it is grated. I prefer to do my carrots grated or any of the harder vegetables grated because they dehydrate really quick and then rehydrate in turn just as quick. And for someone like me who hikes in Western Australia and we don't have a lot of access to water when we're out in the bush, so water is precious, it's limited. So you really got to be careful on not wasting your water. So I don't like the idea of my water sitting in a pot boiling for a very long time when that could be precious drinking water. So I adapt my dehydrating to make it that I can get these veggies rehydrated super quick without wasting any water. I've got some tomatoes, you know, it could be a fruit, it could be a veg, it depends on what you want it to be. I always put it in the veg category. And I always dehydrate small tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, because the flavors are so much better. They come rehydrate really beautifully back with their flavors. Opposed to the larger tomatoes. I've done the larger tomatoes and they seem to lose their color and they just don't have that intense flavor that these do. Now this is veggie chips. As you can see, I didn't make these ones. I found these at the local supermarket. They're very crispy. If you listen, definitely something worth hunting down. Great snack. I don't necessarily rehydrate these. They take way too long, but they're great to snack on. So here I've got some zucchini. You would have remembered from All About the Greens, we dehydrated the zucchini. Again, I had grated it. I prefer it grated. You don't have to. This is just my preference. And of course, again, from All About the Greens, we have the asparagus. Okay, we're going to start with the broccoli. You don't need to blanch the broccoli or pre-cook it. I find if you do, it ends up coming back very soggy. And I don't know about you, but I hate soggy broccoli. It's not the nicest. I like my broccoli a little bit undercooked. So I dehydrate it raw. You must remember whenever you dehydrate foods to cut it up small. The smaller, the quicker it will dehydrate and the quicker it will rehydrate, which is always a bonus when you're out on the track, especially if you're super hungry or water is limited. Okay, I'm going to put the broccoli actually on this mesh sheet. With your dehydrators, you will get the mesh sheets, or at least one with it. I found over the years, and I've been dehydrating for a very long time, one has been enough for me because the most part I use parchment paper. Now the reason I'm doing the broccoli with this, because it will shrink a little, and even though at the moment the broccoli will sit on there nicely, if it shrinks too much it'll just go straight through, and then I have to clean it up at the bottom of the dehydrator, and yeah, I couldn't be bothered. So again, like anything, you put it on there and make sure you spread it out. The more air that gets to it, the quicker it will dehydrate. And then put that into the dehydrator. And the next thing we'll do is carrot. Now, as I said to you, I prefer to grate my carrot, which I will do. But first, I will show you another way that you can do it, because not everybody likes grated carrot. So if you've got one of these slicers, these are really, really cool. I love these. You can slice them like that. Make sure it's on quite a thin setting, so you can get quite thin, nice and thin carrots. So let's dehydrate some like that. Now if you wanted to make chips, veggie chips, just like these ones, got the carrots in here I believe. Oh, there we go. See? If you wanted to make your own veggie chips, you could do it this way. And I would even go so far as to sprinkle on some salt, herbs, garlic before I dehydrate it, and let it dehydrate with those on, and it'll just give that little extra flavour while you're out there and you're not just eating plain carrot. But mind you, I do like plain carrot. Now with these you have another setting. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, yeah, there we go. I'd also just slice it. If you're going to slice it into squares, be sure to slice into small squares. Anything over a centimetre cubed is too big. So you want to keep it at a centimetre cubed or under. Preferably the less the better. Now when I dehydrate this compared to that, this will dehydrate a whole lot quicker than this style will, or even that style. Right now my dog is actually standing at my feet. She's blind and deaf, but she has one hell of a sense of nose, and she loves carrot. So I'm actually going to give her these bits. There you go. Why am I just spoiled little girl? Okay, that'll keep her happy for 2 minutes. The other way that you can do it is with an actual grater, which is the way that I usually do it. Some people would blanch these first. If I was to blanch, I would blanch these ones. I wouldn't bother with these ones, but these ones I would. If I was to blanch, I would blanch first these. And doing that will soften them just that little bit more, which will help with the rehydration process. These, because I want these to be more crunchy and chips, I wouldn't bother with blanching. We will do a video coming up soon on how to do blanching and what comes up good and what doesn't. So let's put all this on a tray and we'll pop it in the dehydrator. So I have my tray here. what I'm going to do, because again, none of this will actually sit on there, it'll just go straight through the holes. The only one that will be my veggie chips. So I'm going to put the veggie chips on this, because the more air that can get to this, the better. As for this, I have a plastic sheet here, but I don't tend to, I use this as a bottom tray that collects anything that falls down. I don't tend to dehydrate on it because I just don't think the air can get to it as well. I much prefer to use the parchment paper. And I can reuse this parchment paper over and over again depending on what I dehydrate. Okay, mushrooms are easy to dehydrate, really easy to rehydrate. You just thinly slice your mushrooms, so they're like that. And when they actually dehydrate, so we've got some in here, that's how they turn out. Oh, that smells amazing. You can use any type of mushrooms that you prefer. I often just do these ones because, I don't know, just like them. I also use porcini mushrooms, but I buy the already dehydrated porcini mushrooms. Porcini is actually my favourite, and it's Mark's favourite as well. So I already buy the pre-dehydrated porcini. We use this, I use this in just about every meal because I'm so addicted to it. As you can see, I've got a packet spare because this one's starting to get a bit low. So you can buy dehydrated mushrooms and that from the store already, from the Asian stores, from your markets, from your supermarket, health food stores. You can buy all that sort of stuff. So because I've already got a lot of mushrooms dehydrated, I'm only going to do a few just for demonstration purposes. Put these away for dinner. I'm actually going to put them on the tray with broccoli. Okay, you have soft veggies and hard veggies, like the carrots are hard veggies, these are soft veggies. If you've got temperature control on your dehydrator, you would tend to dehydrate these ones at around 40 degrees Celsius. I'll put Fahrenheit up on the screen so that you can see what the conversion is. The hard veggies you do around 50 degrees Celsius. Fahrenheit I'll put up there too. If you wanted to do chips, if you wanted to do veggie chips, I would do it at the full-on 70 degrees Fahrenheit and just let it go. Dehydrating these, they come back really yummy. So this is what they look like once they're dehydrated. Let's start slicing one up. Again, slice it up quite fine, otherwise it'll take too long to dehydrate. So that's the difference. We're going to do some capsicum now, or as in some countries I think you call them peppers. I'm not sure. Put that in below too in the comment section what you call these. Another one I use a lot of is leek. I use it a lot in my foods, my casseroles that I have on the trail, also in soups. Now I'm not actually going to dehydrate it, but I'll just show you how thin that you should really chop leek. Again, it dehydrates really, really quick. Will rehydrate just as quick. I have so much of it still in the jar because I did a whole batch the other day. So I'll show you. Oh. As you can see, that's it dehydrated. That's it not dehydrated. And it's crispy. So you could do your veggie chips. Make sure that they're thin, they're not too thick. And in fact, I would probably be inclined, you could dehydrate them that size, or chop them in half. And they're for our veggie chips. Sweet potato veggie chips are absolutely delicious. They have to be my favourite veggie chips. So I'm going to sprinkle just a bit of salt. Salt's very good for you when you're out on the trail, especially if it's warm and you've been sweating lots. You've lost a lot of those salts out of your body. It is good to try and get the salt in wherever possible. Add a little bit of garlic. You could even add parsley, herbs, whatever you want to. Be creative. We've got zucchini and asparagus. Now, if you've watched the earlier episode, it's all about the greens. You will see that we did these ones in that episode. So I'll put the link in below to the earlier episode. Here we have a red onion. Again, I prefer the red over the brown onion or white onion. It's just a preference of mine. You can use whatever onion you want. Again, thinly sliced. I already have some here, so we're not going to dehydrate this today, just because I don't want to waste it. I don't need it. If you have a look in here, oh, that smells good. I already have some dehydrated. Enjoying the series so far, that's great. Give us a thumbs up and press the subscribe button. Also, leave us a comment below. We love to hear from you.